شباب بالدنيا
Everyone, good morning. My name is Rahman. My name is Rahman.
Yes.
And I'm here to explain to you about something called routes of exposure. But first, I want to explain to you the safety precautions we have here, the evacuation plan. Unfortunately, we do not have an alarm system, but please leave through that gate calmly and carefully, and then go down to the assembly point in the park. Okay. But first, I'd like to ask you a question. If there was a fire here right now, how would you know?
Smoke.
Smoke from the
We will smell.
Smell the smoke.
Light.
Light also.
Yeah.
Would you smell it?
Heat.
You smell it.
Smell it first.
Heat also.
Heat also. But let's focus on the smoke for a second. Okay? Do you guys know what is the contents of smoke? Give me an example.
It's monoxide, carbon.
Carbon monoxide. That's a good one. Thank you.
Carbon dioxide also.
Carbon dioxide also. Ahmed, any examples you have?
H2S.
Colors like? I can explain colors. Gray like this.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you
You see gray.
cannot
That gray stuff is ash. It's also part of carbon. But you also have other things like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, cyanide can be found in fires, in the smoke of fires. You can also find things like ammonia. It can also be found in fire depending on what's burning. Do you know what's the most dangerous thing about the fire?
Smoke.
Smoke. 50 to 80% of people of deaths from fire are from smoke.
Silent.
The silent killer. Well, just smell. So this is why my topic today would be the routes of exposure. I already explained to you one of the routes of exposure, which I'll go further in detail later, which was inhalation through the nose and through the mouth, all the way to the lungs. That is inhalation. Before I continue, I want to give you a story of how I first interacted with the chemical. I wouldn't say it's an accident, but it was a chemical exposure. It was during my first year of chemical engineering. I was doing chemistry 101, and they gave me a chemical called hydrogen chloride. I didn't know what hydrogen chloride was, to be honest. I just know it smelled really bad, and they told me it might burn. So I had latex gloves on, I was working with the chemical, I was mixing, I was diluting, I was doing everything. And then when I finished, I went to go take off my gloves. My left glove was fine, I took it off. My right glove, when I took it off, I felt my hand was a bit wet. So instantly I went and I washed my hand. I thought that was it, I was fine. But the next day when I woke up, I slept and woke up, I saw that there was discoloration on my hand. Hydrogen chloride is corrosive. I saw that my hand started discoloring. I was scared. So I went and I researched and I found out that hydrogen chloride is actually a corrosive substance. Even though they gave us at a low molarity, if I had long-term exposure to it, they would have hurt me. So this is why I wanted to bring you awareness on this topic, the roots of exposure. Because not everyone knows this. Even in our field, not everyone knows about the roots of exposure in the field of safety. So let's move on a bit. Let me tell you what I'm going to tell you about. First of all, I'm going to outline the routes of exposure. I'm going to describe the methods that you can find out about all the chemical hazards. One easy method you can find out about all the chemical hazards. And what are the safety precautions that you can do to protect yourself and others. So I'm going to show you this slide. This slide, right here. When you look at it, what do you see?
C6 H1206.
Yes, but do you understand what this is?
Chemical.
Chemicals. But what
Yeah,
are these
chemicals.
Mixture.
First one oxygen.
First one's oxygen.
Yeah. Calcium. Last one.
Like carbon, hydrogen.
Last one.
Yeah,
I mean.
carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Khalil, do you know any of these?
هذه نترات
Chloride.
The last one?
Chloride.
Chloride.
Yeah, chloride. But what's the first one? It's just sodium chloride. Sodium
Sodium.
chloride is just
Salt.
salt. It's just salt. First one was oxygen. Second one was sugar. C6H12O6. It's just sugar. The last one, C27H44. It's just vitamin D. And the last one, NaCl.
That means it is organic structure.
Yes, it's a hydrocarbon. Exactly. Thank you. So my point was here by showing you this, that even these chemicals, that go through our body every single day. You know how they go through our body? For example, oxygen.
Inhalation.
Inhalation. Exactly. Sugar.
Digestion.
Digestion, yes, that's what we call it when it goes into the body.
Ingestion.
Ingestion, yeah. Now vitamin D. Easy.
Injection maybe?
Absorption.
Absorption. This-
Skin.
Yeah, skin absorption, absorption. And then saline solution. Saline solution mainly it's you get from hospitals, but it's also
Injection.
injection. Thank you. So as you can see, inhalation, ingestion, absorption, injection. Okay? But how did you feel when you first saw these ones? How did you feel?
Scared.
We will not understand.
Yeah, you were confused.
We'll be confused.
Exactly, you were confused. You didn't know what this was. You saw something scary for the first time. What are these? And they could have been
Carcinogen.
TNT. You don't know.
Carcinogen.
Carcinogen, exactly. Exactly. Okay?
Sorry about
No problem. So this is why you need to know about this. You need to know about inhalation. You need to know about ingestion. You need to know about absorption. You need to know about injection. So I want you guys now to do a quick group exercise if you can. Khalil, if you can work with Ahmed for a few minutes, please give me a few minutes of your time. Hamad and Shabab, you can work together. You can come here. And Basim and Hamad, please. Just give me a few minutes of your time. Okay? It's easy. So really short, easy group exercise. I just want you to give me the parts of your body that are related to each one of these. The parts of your body. Parts of it? Okay. Inhalation, ingestion, absorption, and injection. Okay? Okay.
I thought we call them Rahman, routes of entry.
Yes.
Routes of
They're also called roots.
Same thing.
Because it that changes from roots of exposure to roots of entry to be more clear. For the next exercise.
You can easily do.
Are you guys okay? You got them? Okay guys, whoever's not finished, it's okay. We'll go over them right now. Ahmed Khalil, we'll go over them, don't worry. We'll go over everything right now. Okay, first of all, can you give me the first one? Inhalation.
Inhalation. Nose and mouth.
Okay, nose and mouth was
Respiratory system.
The lungs and the digestive system.
Respiratory system.
Yeah, the respiratory system. Okay, digestion. Can you give me digestion?
Mouth,
To the digestive system, so you
That's
swallow
what
it.
coffee is.
Then Ahmed Khalil, can you give me absorption?
absorption, skin.
Skin. Okay. And the last one is injection, which is why most of us know it's through the bloodstream. It can be through impact, through punctures, through anything. So here's what they are, through the lungs, like we said, swallowed, through the digestive system, through the skin or eyes. It's also called absorption if it goes through the eyes. It can also be called eye contact, but mainly they use absorption. Okay? Then we have punctures, through injection. Okay? So now let's go through questions. If you can see in front of you, I put the ABCD cards. Does anyone have one? You have one? So you guys work as a group. Work as a group for now. This is yes, or you can work alone, it's okay. Since you don't have a group. Then, so here's the first question, Basim. This is the first question. You have 10 seconds. Once the timer goes to 0 or goes to 1, please raise the answer. Okay? So the first one, which route of exposure is hazardous for H2S? Once the timer goes to 1, raise your answer. Once the timer goes to 1, please. Once it goes to 1, now raise your answers. Okay, we all agree this is inhalation. Then the next one, carbon monoxide, one of your examples. So, which route of exposure is hazardous for carbon dioxide? Carbon monoxide, sorry. So we have 10 seconds. Please wait until the time's up. Let's see. Try to choose one only. Choose the best. So you're thinking ingestion. Okay. We'll come back to that. The next one. And Botox. Botox. Everyone knows what Botox is. Yeah, Botox. So which route of exposure is hazardous for Botox?
It's D. It's D. No, it's D.
You're together, you're one team.
Okay, one team.
Decide on the same answer.
شكلها لا تصنع.
Okay, guys. Now, this was Botox. The one before was carbon monoxide. They were both clear. They were okay.
Yes.
Now the next one, lead. Lead, sorry. Lead. This is what route of exposure is for lead? Okay. What do we have?
Absorbent.
So we have different answers.
No. See.
Not everyone is on the same page.
It's depends.
It can be both, actually.
Depends. Depends.
Can
You
be
know how we
absorption and
know?
can be ingestion.
You know how we know which one we need, which one is the most important one, which one is hazardous, which one is a carcinogen, which one will affect which part of the body. There's one thing we can use, one important part in chemical safety that we can use to know all of this. It's just one thing. It's called an MSDS, a Material Safety Data Sheet. This piece of paper has everything you need.
SDS or MSDS?
MSDS or SDS, now it's being called SDS, but we'll keep it as MSDS. It contains the hazards, the information, all where it's hazardous, which part is hazardous to you through inhalation. It could be an irritant, it could be corrosive, it could be anything, and you can find anything you want, any one of these. Any one of these. HCl. Does anyone know what HCl is?
No.
غازات هيدروجين.
أنظر كلوريك.
It was in my story. It was hydrogen chloride. It's corrosive to every one of them. Inhalation, ingestion, absorption, and injection. Any one of these would have been corrosive to your body. Okay? This is why we need an MSDS. Okay? So let's talk about safety precautions now. Okay? When you think of any safety precautions, what's the first thing you think of?
PPE.
Eliminate.
Eliminate first, yeah.
So let's go to the flip chart. So
صدق.
we're talking about the hierarchy of control.
أظن نسحب نقول في موارد.
صح.
Last defense.
So okay, so eliminate. What's next?
Substitute.
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 Okay, after that,
Engineering control.
engineering control, ECs. Okay,
Reduction
and
first.
after that,
Administrative control.
administrative control.
Careful.
Okay, and the last one,
PPE.
PPE. Everyone's favorite answer. Okay.
That's the first one.
So for chemicals, usually when you're looking at an MSDS, that means that you cannot change. Sorry, that means that you cannot change what chemical you need to use. You need to look at the chemical and find what controls you need. Okay. This is why we can ignore elimination and substitution for this case, and we focus on these three: engineering controls, administrative controls, and PPE, which are what we have here. Okay? So for now, I want you guys to give me examples of administrative controls. Or the engineering controls.
Engineering controls, for example, isolating the location where people are
Guard. Yeah.
eating
Yes.
away from the chemicals.
Exactly. Thank you. Anything else? No? You want to say
How to
that?
use the remote and the technology.
We can use technology. Somebody had one?
Maybe to cover the materials, like some containers that.
Maybe good storage.
It's,
You were saying about technology? That's good. Those are good answers. Those are part of engineering controls. As you can see here, we also have process modification, enclosing or confining the operation, like Yasser said, and ventilation. Ventilation is a very important part of the system.
LEV system.
LEV system. Thank you all for your answers. But now, can you give me administrative controls? Awesome. Administrative controls. Procedures. Ahmad?
The sanitary statement and also the risk assessment in GSA.
Okay, but what will you put in the risk assessment?
Training.
What kind of controls?
Put the hazards first. We identify the hazard, then we have to make control measures.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Right.
Personal checkup.
Personal
Animal
checkup, like health surveillance. Exactly. Training, awareness. Those are important part of administrative controls. But there is one important one here, which is job rotation and to reduce exposure. That's very important. It's one of the most important things when you have chemicals around and you cannot stop the exposure for workers, so you try to reduce it by using job rotation. And then the last one we have is PPE. What's the important part you need to consider during PPE?
Again?
We'll be back to the MSDS. The MSDS is the right tools to identify the right type of PPE.
Okay, that's good, thank you. But for someone to use PPE, they need to be trained in it. That's one thing. To make sure they're trained in PPE. And also, like you said, you need to consider the type of chemical they're going to use. Like, for example, you wouldn't give safety goggles for something that doesn't have absorption. There's no point. That's why you have to refer back to the MSDS, like our colleague Yasser said. So any equipment that creates a barrier against workplace hazard is PPE, and you have to give training. Okay, so now I'll hand you guys out an assessment.
An assessment?
Huh? Yeah, an assessment. Does anyone have any questions first?
No, thank you very much. Nobody has. تصفيق للولد.
خلاص وقفت.
يلا مع التسع عم بياخذ التركي من الساعة شباب. عبد الله how are you doing؟ بين عليك ان perfectionist من اول كلمة لك قلتها لي.
وعلى هذه من وجهة نظري ولا اللي قلت هذه أعملها خلاص؟
لا انت اقرا النقاط بتقدر تجاوب. اقول شفت النقاط؟
لفوق. نعم. إن شاء الله. أنا سمعت عنه.
خلاص احنا صعب
أنا شوي بريء في الشغل حق الكيميكال. لا أهم شيء.
لا عجيب.
So, just wanted to get the conclusion.
The last question is same the first one.
اعطوه النقاط شباب. شفت النقاط فوق؟
نفس الشيء السؤال
كولكتيف.
ما في مشكلة.
بدأ شباب اعطوه الفيدباك شباب.
في perfection أقول تمام.
We have finished.
You have finished?
ياسر خلاص فيدباك.
Good about the conclusion.
Confident.
So, with all of this information that you have now,
طبعا اعتبرتك خلصت.
I'm going to say conclusion and assessment.
سوري.
So after all of the information you have now, with the routes of exposure in your hand and the MSDS in the other hand, you can make sure that whatever chemical you're going to use, you know exactly what hazards are there, what you need to protect yourself, and how you need to protect yourself. Through the safety precautions we have, through the MSDS to know which routes of exposure you need to worry about the most, and through the routes of exposure themselves to know what are the entry points into your body. And with that, I hope you are safe, and thank you.
Thank you very much.